The rain tapped gently on the cracked sidewalk as the old man stepped out of his 1982 Chevrolet truck. It sputtered and groaned, but still carried him like a loyal friend. He wore a faded brown trench coat, his shoes were scuffed, and his hat sat crooked on his silver curls. His name was Elijah Moore, 81 years old, a retired war veteran, widower, grandfather of 6, and a self-made millionaire. But nobody in the bakery that morning knew that. Inside, Sweet Heaven Bakery, warm air wrapped around patrons like a soft quilt. Glass shelves sparkled with fresh pastries, and the scent of cinnamon, vanilla, and fresh bread floated in the air like a lullaby. The cashier, a young woman with glossy nails and bored eyes, glanced up as Elijah walked in, clutching a worn leather wallet. Her gaze paused at his coat, then dropped to his shoes, then flicked away. She gave him the kind of smile you give someone you think won't be buying much. Elijah smiled kindly. "Good morning, miss. I'm looking for a chocolate cake, something special. My granddaughter's graduating from college tomorrow." The woman sighed and tapped her nails on the counter. "Cakes are over there. But just so you know, the custom ones start at $85. He nodded slowly, his eyes twinkling with warmth. "That's all right. I'd love to see the best you have." A young couple behind him, dressed sharp, both holding designer phones, snickered. "He probably can't even afford a cupcake," one muttered. The cashier chuckled along. Elijah turned toward them, but said nothing. He wasn't there to defend his dignity. He was there for his granddaughter, Sasha. The first in the family to graduate college. The little girl who used to fall asleep in his lap while he read her stories, who said she wanted to be a doctor for poor kids because everyone deserves help. He wandered over to the cake display, taking his time, admiring each creation like a painter at a gallery. Meanwhile, the couple ordered a 3-tier fondant cake with gold trim and paid with a titanium card, never once acknowledging him again. Elijah returned to the counter after a few minutes. "I'll take the chocolate raspberry with buttercream, please." The cashier raised an eyebrow. "You sure? That one's $120. He pulled out his wallet and, with slightly trembling hands, unfolded a few crisp $100 bills. "Make it 2. One for Sasha. One for the staff here to enjoy." The bakery went silent. A man sitting at a corner table dropped his coffee spoon. The cashier's eyes widened, her mouth forming a perfect O. Elijah smiled again, a little tired now. Money don't change what people see when they look at you. But what you do with it. That's what matters. He placed the bills down gently, like he'd done it 1,000 times before, and turned to the young couple. "You ever judge someone before you know them, you might just miss meeting someone who could teach you something." The couple looked away, suddenly very interested in the floor. The cashier stammered, I am sorry, sir. I didn't mean." Elijah waved a hand. "You're young. You'll learn. Just treat the next old soul better than you did me. That's all the apology I need." He waited patiently while they boxed the cakes, smiling at each person who avoided his gaze. A little girl near the window, tugging her mom's sleeve, whispered, "He looks like Santa." Elijah winked at her. As he stepped back out into the rain, the sky cracked open with a sliver of sunshine. He lifted his face, took a deep breath, and let the drops fall freely. A small act of joy. Back in the truck, a picture of Sasha in her cap and gown sat on the passenger seat. Elijah stared at it for a moment before driving off. He didn't need to prove anything. Not to the bakery. Not to the world. He'd come from nothing, fought for his country, worked 2 jobs for 40 years, buried the love of his life, and raised 3 generations. Money was a tool, not a crown. And his greatest treasure? The smile that would light up Sasha's face when she saw the cake her grandfather picked out just for her. Message: never judge someone by what they wear or what they seem to be. Everyone has a story, a struggle, a strength. And sometimes, the richest souls walk with the humblest feet.